Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today, Tina and I are outside trying to catch up with the world. So, hang on till after the break. Guys, we'll just dive in. We'll show you what we're up to.
Check it out.
Alright guys, we've got the briefest of windows here. It has been nothing but rain, 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 rain. So we have got a really brief window. We've got some sunny days. We have got a ton of stuff to plant. That is why we are behind on videos. You're going to see things just magically appearing that weren't there the last time you saw stuff, and things are just going to look bigger the next time you see them. So we're not getting to do all the filming we want to do, but we do have a bunch of stuff that needs done, guys. We live all year on the food we grow here. It's not a hobby garden. It's not a playing gardener or anything else that people give it different names. But we don't call it anything other than we just got a lot of food to grow because this is what we eat all year. So we got a lot to do. We've been out here at it since early this morning, and we're going to be out here till dark. So let me get this video put together. I got some footage I want to show you, and we'll be back, and we'll wish you guys well at the end. So let's take a look at that footage. We'll get on it. All right, guys, we're going to start right here in the house just to give you some idea of the craziness that's going on here. This is my kitchen table. There is Busterfer, but it is just a madhouse around here, guys. We have got a very short planting window. I know some of you are probably going to be disappointed, thought we had some big fancy seed sorting system. We don't. I'm telling you, everything is just craziness, from seed packs to envelopes. What are these? Volunteers from the Big Garden tomatoes, large pumpkins carving. We got a whole tray full of envelope seeds here for these purple peppers, green bells, jalapenos, butternuts, large watermelon, green peppers, cushaws. Oh man, Walthers, tomatoes, beans, you name it. There's a mixed corn, mixed peas. Guys, it is just a crazy madhouse around here. We are trying to get things planted as fast as we can and get everything up as fast as we can. Even got some, let's see, I got some silver and some red maple. These are a red maple. I don't know where the silver maple seeds are. That right there, anybody wants to Google that, that is about 60-foot tall bamboo from China. So those seeds just came in. I need to get those started. But they say bamboo should only be grown by people who own a backhoe. And fortunately, I own a backhoe. So we grow bamboo. But there you go. There's some mixed radishes, some more broccoli seed. You name it, there's seed for it here somewhere. So no, we don't have a big fancy organization thing. We just have stacks and stacks of seeds and a cluster. So we're just gonna get out here, find something to do. I'll run you around the gardens, and we'll just take a look at what we've been able to make of it so far. All right guys, we're out here on the front porch, and we're just gonna take a short look down through here. Tina's been planting up her flowers. She's got her ant traps on the hummingbird feeders. We got our cucumbers going up here in the hanging pots, and the cucumbers go, we'll just take a long shot down there. The cucumbers go all the way down the porch. So we'll just walk down through here. These are upside down tomato stands. You can see they've been flipped. Then we cut the bases of them so we could set pots in them. But you'll see they're different color. They were, I think they're vinyl covered wire, but anyway, there's 3 of them over here up on stands, and there's 3 on down that way. But we've got pickling cucumbers in those too, so that'll double us up on pickling cucumbers. But got some little cactus flowers. Let's see. Guys, I won't pretend to know the names of flowers. I'll just show them to you since Tina's in town today. So y'all can just take a look, and we'll show them to you here. But all right guys, hang on a second. This is gonna be like Mr. Rogers. We got the mail coming. All right guys, well that was fun. We got our new quail eggs in. I'll share those with you. But we're getting ready to add to our flock. So we'll, I'm sure we'll cover that more as the days go on, but I had to run down the mail person, so I'm gonna catch my breath. We'll be back with you in just a second. All right, guys, we're gonna kick things off down here at the main garden. We're looking up the driveway here, but the main garden is, people come down the driveway, and it's usually what they see first. So we'll get in here, we'll take a little look. The cabbages are doing really, really well. They're there on the outside. They're getting big enough to throw a shadow now. So always a good thing. But and then down this row, the second row in is, that's all broccoli all the way down through there. We got some peppers right here. But those are the red cayennes. We got some jalapenos, some, now they're not up yet. I don't really want to walk out there, but they're not up yet, but there's some Anaheims down there. And where you see that next white package on down there in the third row from the right, the next white package down, beyond that is poblanos. And then these peppers here, and you can't see them, just the dark spots in the dirt when those come up, all the way down past that second package where it's watered there, those are all jalapenos or jalafuegos. But let's see, the green beans are up. Always good to see those. Those are half runners. But a couple of real nice long rows of half runners. That'll keep us in green beans for a little bit. We didn't do real good last year on spring beans, so we're glad to have these this year. They look like they're doing just fine. These were the gift from the people there at the nursery. They gave us seeds in exchange for, well, we didn't really trade, but they just gave us seeds because we gave them some garlic. So they got to pass that along, and we get to grow the beans. So onions are doing well. I'm glad to have those. These were from the medium-sized sets. I planted all those onions down through there. They're the leftovers from the snacker bed. The snacker bed got all the big sets, or the big starts, and these are the mediums. The small ones are back there between the chicken houses. If you can see the pink flowers in the turtle pond, we'll go over there in a minute. But the smallest ones are in there to cut the tops for chives. So, but while we're still here, we'll take a look at the potato buckets. They are coming right up out of the top. We'll get them a little bit further up ahead out of the top, make sure all the tops are over the top of the bucket, and then we'll go ahead and top these buckets off, and we'll throw some bone meal in there while we're doing it. Potassium helps with the, or potassium and phosphorus help with root crops. So we'll make sure to throw some bone meal in there before we top those off. But let's slide over here to the raised bed garden. We'll take a look at what's going on over there. All right, guys, we'll start right over here. We're just going to kind of do a walk around the outside, and then just show you how things are going. Everything is doing really, really well. We're really happy with how everything's responding. So love that super soil. If you haven't seen that, that's in our gardening playlist. But we got our cherry tomato over here. Got some head lettuce taken off. Got some Brussels sprouts taken off. Walk down through here, we got the hard neck and soft neck garlics. You've seen those. We'll just ease our way on down through here. We come up to the arch here, and there's the peas. They are doing well. Come across the arch. There's the other peas. They're hanging in there and doing really well too. So we got some over there on the other side. I'll show you those when we get around to them. But they're a little bit younger, but these are doing well, and they're getting ready to flower out and start putting on peas. And there is a snacker onion bed. But before we go too far on around, I got asked about it in the last video. There's a nice dirt hole, and that is the tree that plowed out of the ground with the tractor. So it was dead, it was time for it to go, and it was planted over our septic system. So time to be rid of it. So we knocked it out of the ground, and I got to drag it off here in a little bit. We'll just keep coming on around here. We got the cabbages and Brussels sprouts. They're on the right, these 9 here, those are broccoli. And then we got a couple cabbage and a Brussels sprouts there in the bucket, and that matches the same bed over there by the tractor. So each one of them have 4 cabbages, 2 Brussels sprouts, and 9 broccoli heads in it. So we'll head on over there. We'll take a look at the beets over there, but I'll be back in just a second. Alright guys, we're still down in the corn end of the raised bed garden. There where we were just looking, I was checking these center boxes here to see if the peppers were up yet. We've got about every bell pepper known to man planted down these center boxes. But, except for those are my little ghost peppers. But they aren't up yet. They were planted, if you want to know how they were planted like our fall broccoli. That's in our gardening playlist as well. But I'll try to link that here at the end of the video, or you can just click on my icon anywhere. That'll take you to our main page where the playlists are. But you can go in there and see how to plant fall broccoli. But we start them in a 3-inch peat pot, and we baby them along. Let's see if you can make out the rim on that peat pot there. But they'll come up from there. In fact, I'll show you here in just a second a good example of it. But let's go over here. We'll look at these beets real quick. Just show you they're coming up nice and thick. You can probably see, you've seen our beet harvest videos before if you've been around the channel. But we'll take a couple hundred beets out of there here in a little bit as soon as they get grown up. But now when we plant in the peat pots, I was just talking about, these are broccoli. And there are 3 sections to this bed. I don't know if you can see that divider there. And in each section are 9 peat pots planted, 3 by 3. We put the seeds in the peat pot. There's the 3 along this edge. There's 3 there down the middle, and 3 down the back. That one in the middle is small, but it's there. But anyway, there's 9 in that section, 9 and 9 again, so 27 in the bed. But we'll wait for them to come up. Then I'll pick a good size one. I'll thin that group down to 1. And then we'll have 27 broccoli plants in this section of the bed. These peppers are planted exactly the same way. So they'll be, these are only 2-section beds. There'll only be 18 in each. But there'll be 18 there, 18 there. So slide down here on the other side of the grill here, which has the cover off of it because I actually fired it up the other day and made some steaks. So we're getting ready for that. We'll make some videos playing around with the smoker and stuff here later in the season. But that's the other pepper bed that's planted up in the peat pots. And those pepper starts, they're bell peppers as well. But they were purchased out there at the plant place that we visited the other day, the greenhouse. But there's some more giant reds and giant yellow peppers Tina picked up. But we'll go over this other stuff in a second. Let me take a break and then we'll tell you all about that. Alright guys, we're here at the new peas. They're, let's see, give you some perspective again. There's a tractor, beets, broccoli bed, new peas. But we've got these peas here, these peas over here growing on the hoops. But those are our secondary peas. The other ones are across the way there at the back arches. There's that tree that needs hauled off. But anyway, new peas. On down here, have cherry tomatoes. This whole bed is cherry tomatoes. Or I'm sorry, the outside 2 rows, I'm gonna tell you wrong. The outside 2 rows are Roma tomatoes. Down the middle of the bed are yellow cherry tomatoes. Make sure I get that right. I need to keep that straight. It'll be a little more obvious once they start putting on tomatoes, but hard to keep them straight here in the beginning. Guys, this is the watermelon bed, and the little green plants that you see coming up all through it are the ground cherries. They self-seeded from last year, and we let them come up through the watermelons here last year, so we're gonna let them do it again. But along that outside edge, they're a little bit bigger plants, are the cantaloupes. So we're gonna let those run right with the watermelons. People have asked, how did we get so many in the bed? Or why do we grow so many in the bed? It was easy to get them in there. But what we do is I've got some implements and stuff here, an old tree that's dying. This part of the yard here isn't used very much. So what we'll do is as they grow, we'll take all the vines and run them that way. We'll run them out there in the yard. And you've probably seen us last year out here. We'll just kick around through them and pick up the watermelons when they're done. But there's not enough room in the bed to grow all those watermelon plants. but there's plenty of room for them to run and play and grow all over my tractor equipment. So they're not in any trouble. They'll be fine. We do it every year. But got some radishes going on here. I think we found some, peek down in there, you might find some red, little baby radishes. And we got some spinach that is not doing too well in there. So if it doesn't make or break here pretty quick, though, I do see some new coming up. It's got just a little bit here to make or break, and then if it don't, we'll plant something else there. But there's some more radishes, and that right there in the middle of the radishes is a start from Tina's cherry tomato plant, which is on the other side of the arch here. Swing around here real quick. That's the cherry plant where we started this little tour. So this one over here is a little break off that we planted, and it'll take off from there. But that's pretty much the raised bed garden. We'll take one last look down through here. It's really pretty. I'll see how high I can get you up in the air. We'll take one last look down through there, and then we'll go on and see what other kind of trouble we can get into. All right, before we wander off too far, if you haven't seen before, guys, this is our Oklahoma Joe's. It's a smoker on the left side. It's a gas grill on the right side. If you don't know, if it's running on charcoal or wood, it's barbecue. If it's running on gas, you grilling. So try to keep that straight. We're gonna grill on this side, we're gonna barbecue on that side, and we're gonna make some good food this summer. So y'all hang on. We'll get that thing, I've already had it fired up once, but we're gonna show you how to season it up for the year, and then we're gonna do some cooking. All right, guys, we got a little bit of work to do here right in the middle of the video. Hate to do that, but we've been at it since this morning, and we need to keep at it. So this is the corn plot. You guys have seen it before. I broke it a couple times yesterday. It was a little clumpy and a little wet, and I wasn't real happy with it. So I'm gonna get on the tractor here. I'm literally gonna put the camera down, jump on the tractor, and if I can get this broke to my satisfaction, I'm gonna go ahead and row it. And when I get it rowed, or I get it broke, I'll bring you back and show you the results. All right, guys, we were close, but no prize. We got this turned, and as you can see, still got quite a bit of moisture left in it, and I can't break it up real fine. This old clay over here, I need it to be able to, we call it shattering, but we need it to be able to shatter, and that's when it's dry enough that you can break it, it'll bust real fine, and it'll throw dust behind it. So we're gonna go ahead and let this dry out a little bit more, and we'll run back over it with the tiller a couple of times through the day. But we need to get this dried out enough that I can shatter it, and then I'll go ahead and row it for corn. So this is where the sweet corn's gonna be. Probably grow some squash here in the first couple of rows towards the raised garden here. Probably put some squash up here and on the very back row so that it can grow into that fence and the old tree stumps there. Tina has some gourds she wants to plant. So we're gonna let the gourds run over there in between the fence and the garden. We'll put sweet corn down through the middle, put some squash out here on this long outside edge, and we'll call that a garden. Hey guys, we're over here by the duck pen. See if we can give you a view down in there. They're in there playing around with their pool. But most of them are just laying over there hanging out. But over here by the trailer, I got some baby tomatoes going on. But we got these planted up the other day. They've been out here 3 or 4 days now. But they'll take a little while to come up. But these are our tomatoes for the year. We've got several varieties of aroma and paste tomatoes we're going to try. But we got 40 spots over there. But I hate to guess how many are planted there. 72 times 3. Somebody do the math. But 216. But anyway, we got a bunch planted. We'll find something to do with the extras once they come up. But first we got to get them up. So we got a bunch of them planted. The sun's out here heating up the soil. We've got a little mini greenhouse we use sometimes. It's in the basement. But right now, it's the time of year we can just get right out here in the sun and let the sun do its job. But we'll get these tomatoes up and going, and we'll talk about those a little more as the season goes on. All right, guys, we're over by the other raised boxes. We'll start right here. These are the asparagus beds, these 2 beds here. that we planted up in strawberries. But as you can see, the asparagus just comes right through the strawberries, so we're gonna live with it like that for right now. And we've got our other asparagus bed up and growing, but we're gonna ease up through here. The half barrels, Tina's been busy working on those. I could take a guess at what's in there, but I'd probably be wrong. So let's just say I know what's planted, I just don't know where. There's a basil, caraway, dill, let's see, oh, and catnip. We planted some catnip for the cats, but that's in these half barrels here. These 2 boxes are the strawberry. The next 2 boxes are not planted. The last 2 boxes down there were both carrots. Now only the first one is carrots, but thanks to a little snake friend of ours. So let's see if we can see any baby carrots. Look like fine blades of grass down in there. But the baby carrots are coming. So we'll have 1 bed of carrots anyway. But we've had a bumper crop the last couple of years, guys. We don't really need carrots. So, oh, and these will be full-size cucumbers. I wondered why they had tomato cages in them. But I hate them wire cages for growing regular tomatoes, but they'll work for growing some cucumbers on. But those 2 are regular size cucumbers. But that's the boxes. They're starting to come together. When the tomatoes come up, we got a tomato patch here. We'll get them planted in there. We got them covered down with just some old cardboard for right now. That'll help keep the weeds down until we get ready to work with this part of the gardening. And on down here is the new asparagus box that we had to put back into place the other day. So it got washed out in the flood. But got some, Tina said she noticed a few little asparaguses up under the straw. I'm not going to go digging around in there, but I've got some more seeds on order in case the crowns got damaged. But we're going to have to work with this bed just to get it up to speed. I'm sure some of it survived the bed being torn up, but we're going to have to put it back together the right way, and hopefully in a few years here, we'll be able to quit picking asparagus out of the strawberries and start picking it out of here. All right, guys, we're over here by the sweet potato bed. Yep, it's a royal mess. We're getting ready we're gonna make a video about how we do our sweet potato soil. Our other soil videos have done really well, so we're gonna cover how we grow our sweet potatoes and how we prepare the soil for them. But this will be a good starting reference to show what it looked like before we got going. But I've had a lot of people ask me about what we grow here in the above ground pool or the kiddie pool or whatever else they think it is. Let me slide up here. Guys, that's a metal 8-foot galvanized water trough. It's for farm animals, and you can see there around just above the soil, you can see where the paint's chipping and stuff, and you can see the galvanized metal underneath it. But we've got a whole video on it in our gardening playlist, from when we hauled it in here with the truck to how we used to fill it with straw and top it off with the super soil and stuff. But guys, it's a 8-foot watering trough. An 8-foot circle is 56 square feet. So that's about what we have to work with. So if you guys were curious, it is a metal watering trough, and that's where we grow our sweet potatoes, and that's going to be one of the next things you see us planting after we get done with all the other craziness we have to do. So we'll take a look down here through the orchard. So you look around, I keep doing close-ups on everything. It's hard to get a perspective on stuff, but you saw it in the drone footage the other day. So we'll just kind of take a look around. It's really pretty over here. Tina's shop's back here in the corner somewhere. The baskets you see hanging on the posts are actually laying baskets that we put in the chicken houses, but it's just a basket with one side cut out of it. But they get up in there and lay in them, and they're real easy to wash, and then we hang them on the post. But there's Tina's shed back there behind the pussy willow plant there on the corner of the pond. But it's really pretty out here today. So, but we've got a lot of work to do, so I'm not going to get to enjoy much of it other than just looking around with y'all now. So we'll get back up here. We'll wish you well, and then I got to get this video put together because I got work to do. All right, guys, that's going to wrap it up for the video. We appreciate you guys coming by the homestead and spending your time with us. That means a lot to us. We know you took time out of your day, so we appreciate the support. Guys, if you like the content here on the channel, we hope you'll subscribe. Down there next to the subscribe button is a bell. If you'll ring that bell, that'll send you a notification whenever we release a new video. That's a great way to keep up with the channel. But we sure appreciate you guys coming out here, and please give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Leave us a comment down below. If you have any questions about what we're doing, put those in the comments too. We try to get to all of our comments, and if we can only do so many, then we'll at least try to get to the questions. So the channel's getting a little bit bigger. So far, I've been able to keep up with all of the comments, but I think we're getting to a point where that's going to get a little more difficult as time goes on. So I'll be sure though to try to focus on the questions, make sure everybody's questions get answered. But we appreciate you coming by the channel. Like I said, please subscribe, please share the video, tell your friends about us. We're trying to grow the channel. We could use all the subscribers we could get. So if you got friends you knock around with there on YouTube, then tell them about us and have them come over and check us out. We'd really appreciate it. So anyway, I got a bunch of work to do, guys. Tina is probably going to kill me for hanging out here in the shade. So let me get on this, and we'll catch you in the next one.